Welcome to the Silicon Sanctuary podcast. I'm your host, Allison Angelis. You can find me also on YouTube under Allison Angelis, Angelis, and on Instagram. Follow me, like, subscribe. So, really quickly, I'm just interested in talking to you about 4 universal laws. And I just recently finished a book by Esther and Jerry Hicks, Abraham Hicks, with channeling the Abraham spirit guides that spoke to them on the 4 universal laws: law of attraction, law of deliberate creating, law of allowing, and law of receiving. And I thought it was amazing. I've read so many of the Abraham Hicks quotes, and I didn't really know who that was or what that was. And basically, Esther and Jerry Hicks were a couple that wrote several books and recorded several recordings where they had meditated for several years, and finally she was able to channel a group of spiritual guides that spoke to her about these 4 universal laws. And her husband Jerry interviewed them and recorded them. Sort of piggybacks also on the Napoleon Hill books. Napoleon Hill authored several books in the 1930s post the Depression, and his first very well-known book is Think and Grow Rich, and it's all about the law of attraction as well as his second or most recent publication, Outwitting the Devil. And those are both shout outs to Aaron Dowdy for recommending those on Audible. They're really great and inspiring. So let's get into it. The law of attraction is the first of the 4 universal laws. What does that mean, universal laws? It means that they're not physical laws of the world. It's not the laws of, physics and gravity, but it's something that always is, was, and always will be, and it exists whether or not you believe in it or not. And that's a really good thing. You should be excited about that, because that means that you're in co-creation with what you're creating in your life. So if you really want to feel like you're in control, as opposed to things are just fate or destiny, then you should be fully embracing the law of attraction. A lot of people get very frustrated about the law of attraction because their lives are not going the way that they want them to. They're not getting the things that they want. And so they get very angry about the law of attraction because they say, I want, these great things. I want love, abundance, connection, significance, certainty, variety, etc. But I'm not getting them. And that's because they're truly not in alignment with those things consistently. They're not consistently feeling the emotions behind understanding and wanting and knowing that they're going to get the things that they desire. So law of attraction will show up whether or not you believe it exists or not, or whether or not you're deliberately participating in it. And so basically there's 2 realms, and to make it very simplistic, in which all humans exist, like 2 realms of mind states, and they're very big realms. And one of them is the realm of fear and lack. And honestly, most people struggle mightily with these realms of the realm of fear and lack. And you'll know that you're in the realm of fear and lack if you have anything that feels bad. Okay, so if you feel fear, if you feel guilt, you feel anxiety, you feel depression, malaise, anything, guilt, shame, all these things are agreements in the realm of fear and lack. And you can let them go by noticing them through your physical sensations that, I'm feeling depressed, I'm feeling anxious, I'm feeling sad, I'm feeling lethargic, I'm feeling shame, guilt, fear, etc. If you notice that you're feeling those things, you can label them, and then you can release them and just say, these are past ideas, past paradigms that I've allowed and agreed with, and I want to no longer participate in that realm. So what's the other realm then? The other realm is the realm And for simplistic state, let's just call it the realm of love and abundance. Okay, so the realm of love and abundance feels great. It feels empowering. It is empowering. It is where all your power lies, to be in that state. That state is the state of joy, the state of knowing, the state of feeling good, the state of knowing that what you want and what you desire, you can create. So what happens when people start out in that realm and then it falls off, and then they say, well, see, the law of attraction doesn't work because I really wanted this relationship or the car or the thing, whatever it is, but it never works out for me. But you have to realize that the but phase, the I want, but I can't afford it, but whatever that is, that's the block. That's the thing that stops it. You have to stay focused. And you can I use prayer to keep in the state of trusting and just keep in the state of openness to receiving. So law of attraction, whatever you're aligning with, whatever realm you're aligning with, the fear and lack realm or the love and abundance realm, will be reflected by the external world. So you can play with it. It's really fun. I've been doing it myself for a very long time, and just noticing if I feel a certain way, if I feel really good, I feel really positive, I do everything I can to stay connected in the realm of love and abundance. I'll tell you some of the things that I use to stay connected in the realm of love and abundance so I can manifest the things that I want. Okay, first, I'll just say the first things that come to my mind. First and foremost, you need to keep your physical body in its ultimate state. So what does that mean? It means eating nutritious whole foods. It directly affects your chemistry. It means having really good sleep habits. I know for a fact that going to bed early and rising early is the more empowering preferred ways. And it talks about it in Patanjali's Yoga Sutras. It talks about it in every single wisdom tradition there is. It requires discipline to do it, actually. You have to have an intention. Set the intention to go to bed, let's say at 10 or 11, so that you can get up by sunrise, which is what I like to do. You also have to have discipline to eat, super foods, nutritious foods, and to eat for fuel and eat for medicine as opposed to eating just for comfort or taste. So food, sleep, nutrition, and then for me, one of the most impactful and powerful ways that I stay in the field of love and abundance is motion, physical fitness, doing an activity. For me, I love yoga, and I'm very into it, and I've been into it for a very long time. I like it because it's a beautiful physical art that encompasses a lot of different styles of movement. There's a little bit of gymnastics in it and dance, and but it also brings in the realm of mindfulness and connecting your mind to your internal mind, to your internal body. So mind connected to body. So whatever physical fitness activity that you do, it is a discipline and it must be done every day. Same with the fitness, the sleep, and the sleep, the nutrition, and the fitness must be done every day. So whatever works for you, if you like to rock climb, if you like to hike out in nature, if you like to lift weights, it's another activity that I love quite a bit because I like to see the manifesting effects of sculpting and changing your physical body. It's a really cool and actually very mindful activity where you're connecting your mind to your body, and the result is evidentiary in your physical body. So that's a cool thing too. Same with yoga and anything else that you do. So pick what you like to do physically and do that daily and be disciplined about it and be compassionate with yourself as well. I think, again, ultimately it's best to do it first thing in the morning. I'm not that great at doing first thing in the morning. I'm working into that. I've been doing it at night quite a bit, but I'm moving to afternoons and early mornings now. Back to the law of attraction, staying in the realm of love and abundance. So notice what you're attracting in your life. Even if you say to yourself, I'm such a positive person, I want these things, and I'm not, then notice inside of you truly how you feel and notice the blockages of the little insidious, sneaking things that you're feeling, the doubt and unworthiness that you feel that you can't get something. That's the thing that's stopping you from getting, attracting what you want in the law of attraction. Okay. Second law of deliberate creating. Okay. I love this law as well because the word deliberate. So you're creating all day. Everybody is creating all day. And it's whether or not you're consciously creating or you're unconsciously creating. You're creating by default. Now, I would say that most people suffer because they're unconsciously, non-deliberately creating. Think about that. When you're deliberately creating, that means you're choosing the things that you want to create in your life, things that you want to manifest. It requires some self-awareness and knowing the things that you want. Actually, and if you don't know what you want, ask for guidance on helping you to know what you want. You can say that. You can say, help me to know what I want. I don't know what I want. And then the answers will start to manifest. Writing is a kinesthetic way to create and manifest intent as well. So when you start having ideas in your head, also write them down, whether you type them into a Word document or you're writing by hand or also even recording into your phone and taking notes. This is a part of deliberate creating. And this, a buzzword that's been around for a long time is manifesting. And that's what it is. You're deliberately creating. You're creating all day long, whether or not you're aware of it. And most people, and I'm generalizing, but are unconsciously creating during their day. And this is a great cause of unhappiness because people cannot figure out why they're not getting the things that they want because they're not deliberately creating the things that they design in their own life. Because a lot of people, one, aren't aware of the laws of this game, if you want to call it that, and that's that you're attracting and creating everything in your life. And whether you're deliberately doing it or by, let's say, by accident or unconsciously or by default. So if you don't choose and make decisions and set intentions and create ideas that you want to have in your life, then the external world will create that for you. And very often, since most people are subconsciously, unconsciously creating, they're going to fill in that space for you with a lot of, things that are not going to benefit you. So be really deliberate. So what does that look like? I would say first and foremost, figure out what you want. And if you don't know what you want, ask to receive information about what you want. What do I mean by ask? I mean, meditate or pray. I use prayer and ask, I don't know what I want. Please give me some insight as to what my purpose is in life, what I want, how I can contribute, things that I can do. A lot of super, young people, this is a place where you get stuck. We've been, programmed through, 12 years of school, through high school. And then, if you continue on with the program, you're doing another 4 years of education where you're not where you're really truly not thinking for yourself. Someone else is thinking for you and you're repeating back to them. So you really haven't been trained to figure out and think about and ask for what you want. So now is the time. Don't go with the program. Don't go with the default of other people's ideas. Go with your idea. Go with what makes you feel good. When you think about something and you get excited about it and it feels like, yeah, it doesn't matter. Don't let the secondary voice come in and say like, oh, that's dumb, or oh, you can't do that. And actually don't share with other people. Just do on your own. Come up with your own ideas, unless you have somebody else who's vibrationally really high and capable of supporting you. I would just focus on it on your own. Look for mentors and guides, people like me and others that will listen and not give you feedback unless you ask for feedback. And I wouldn't even ask for feedback at this point. I would just go with what fills yourself with excitement and joy. You'll know what you're excited about because you'll feel it. So that's number one with the deliberate creating. Go for what excites you, what you feel like you're good at, what you feel like really high, vibing, very excited when you think about it. That's where you want to be when you're figuring out what's my purpose, how can I contribute. Make lists of things, because of course there's going to be many things that hopefully that, more than one thing that you're really good at and that you like. And then you'll try them out. And again, going back to writing, write them down, take notes, and have fun with this. Every day you should do a workshop of 15 minutes of just sitting in quietude and solitude by yourself and asking, what's my purpose? Who am I? What do I like to do? And just sit with a still mind and see what comes up. And when you start getting excited about something, then write it down, and then start. Don't ever shut down your emotions when they're high vibing and you're excited. In fact, feed that with fuel. That's where you want to feed the fuel on the things where you feel good. Never shut down. In fact, amplify joy. Always amplify those feelings and emotions that are associated with joy and goodness and all the things that are in the realm of love and abundance. Always amplify those. That's where your focus should be. Your focus should not be on what you're not good at. Don't even think about those things, what you're not good at. You can put those on a little side note if there's something that you want to work on to develop. Like, I'm not very good with, being on time, or I'm not very good with communicating. I really want to work on that. That should be from a state of joy and excitement, like a project. So law of attraction, you are getting mirrored back your vibration, your alignment, your state of energy. The external world is showing that back to you. Notice it. Notice when you're feeling that you're connected to fear and lack, which you won't feel good. If you are, observe it, state it out loud, like I am feeling this or that. And you could also state out loud that I'm choosing to let those things go. If there's something that you need to work on, then you can state out loud, I'm choosing to work on this. And then just know that you will achieve those things that you choose to work on. Okay, but always do it from a state of excitement and joy. If it ever feels like self-punishing, fracturing, those are things that it's the illusion, it's samsara, it's the Maya, which means it's something that is habitual, an old paradigm that will keep you from manifesting and deliberately creating the life that you're actually supposed to be embodying and living in. That's your whole job of being here, so that you're a guiding force and energy light for all those that you touch, and whether or not those are your significant others or friends or your parents or your children, whatever's happening in your life is affecting all those people. So be a light. That's the best way, by by being deliberate in creating your best life. Okay, so that's law number 2. Number 3 is, and I'll figure this out eventually, is the law of allowing. So this is, just personal, I'll just tell you, this is the space that I'm in right now in the law of allowing. So, or maybe the next law is probably more pertinent to me, but law of allowing basically means, actually, no, this is not the one I'm on, but law of allowing means allowing all other sentient beings, all other people that you're in contact with to have their own path. You're only responsible for your own. And I would say by extension, you are somewhat responsible for your children initially, but after you've, guided them to their state of independence, then it's up to them to start deliberately creating their own life. You can continue to be a guide for them if they so decide to use you as a guide. So back to the law of allowing. This is where a lot of people get fragmented energy, and this distracts people from creating the life that they're dreaming of creating, because they start getting caught up into other people's either dramas, other people's needs. When you're thinking that you need to fix somebody else or guide somebody else or help somebody else that's not asking for help, at some point you can be helpful, you can offer help and guidance, but you'll have to allow other people to have their path. And not only just allow, here's the kicker that will help you out, is to trust, to allow and to trust that the law of attraction, the universal laws, are in effect for them as well. And that also that I truly do believe that the consciousness of the universe wants you to have the life that you want to create. And most people want to create a beneficial, free of suffering life. And so it wants to assist you in that. So that's where the trusting comes. So law of allowing and not getting fragmented by the distraction of what's called samsara or the Maya or the illusion. Some people call it the matrix. How much input do you need to have in these things? When should you input on those things? And when should you be fully focused on your own personal development? I feel like if everybody was fully focused on their own personal development of self-awareness, kindness, compassion, contribution, that if everybody did that the world would be collectively a much better functioning place. Be aware of being in the realm of love and abundance, and not in the realm of fear and lack. And especially today, there's a lot of, it's ironic, and I won't go in too much about it, but it's ironic that everybody's being told to stay home. And then when people stay home, they're watching TV. And when they're watching TV, they're watching the news, which is, a lot of information, but yet also a lot of propaganda about fear. So it takes a very aware person and very strong person to not participate where you're not needed in the realm of fear. So there's, a difference between being prudent and wise and just enjoying the distraction of other people's drama and fear. Really, if you really love the people that you're surrounded by, you really need to focus on your own deliberate creating of your ultimate purpose. Okay, last one, law of receiving. So this is the last universal law, and this is again sort of tied into the last one that I just talked about, is being open and trusting that you will receive what you want when you stay open and focused on it and staying in that realm of love and abundance. So, a lot of people stop just shy of reaping the rewards of all the hard work they've done. And that's the thing, is to not quit. When you want something and it feels like it's right and it feels like it's something that's empowering to you and to others, a place where you could contribute and create purpose, stick with it and keep working on yourself and noticing where you might be blocking that with thoughts or ideas, and just feel the feelings that it will work out while you're actively taking steps in alignment with that, which you'll know what to do. It shouldn't feel forced when you're taking steps in alignment. It shouldn't feel fearful. It shouldn't feel dutiful. It should feel natural and exciting. And of course, you can think of many, many examples of so many people that have elevated themselves to, great success in the fields of athleticism, art, music, etc. And that creates this, it's created from an unyielding want and desire that is backed with the emotional excitement, trust, and belief, and also just being relentless. One thing, that Napoleon Hicks talked about is the difference between the word failure and a temporary setback. So it depends on how you frame not getting what you want. It depends on how you frame it. Do you frame it as failure, which is that's the end, done, it's over, and then label a bunch of adjectives on that about yourself that are inner critic based? Or do you say, so that's a redirection, it's another data point for information, and I'm going to alter my path a little bit, and I'm going to keep calibrating and keep navigating until I come to fruition and enjoying that process. And that's the 4 universal laws of the universe in order to create your most meaningful, productive, happy, joyful life. Is the law of attraction, the law of deliberate creating, the law of allowing, and the law of receiving. I'm your host, Allison Angeles. I talk about lots of different topics in detail. Keep tuning in, like and subscribe, write comments below. I'll see you on the other side.